Hi, Zizaran here with another video. GDD just introduced the Stash Tab Affinity system yesterday, and I've already checked it out, and yeah, it's pretty good. If you don't know what the Affinity system is, regardless of what folder you're looking in, just instantly put them in where you've like assigned them to. So it's a really nice system. It's gonna be a lot easier to like dump things between maps. So I want to talk a little bit about how I set up everything. I have like 130 stash tabs, but look how clean and beautiful that it looks. It looks really nice. For example, by setting up the system on this league, what this means is that, let's say the next league is called Maelstrom. Then on Maelstrom, Soul Self, and Hardcore, the leagues are going to default start like this. Whereas if I did this now on Soul Self and Hardcore Heist, then I'd have to do it over again next league. So you do want to make sure that you do it on the parent league, and that's what I've done now. I haven't bothered doing it on Hardcore Trades. If I league start Hardcore Trade, I'd have to do it again. So here I have like the orbs called O, orbs with affinity. Then I have two folders here that we can talk about later, but I have essences. Then I have, oops, maps should be brown. I like there. That looks better for me. Here's essences with affinity on, maps with affinity on. Then I have fossils here. And then, I don't know, these are like started changing colors on their own, which might be a bug already. But we have fossils with affinity on, fragments with affinity on, oil with affinity on, div cards with affinity on. These have already changed. I have a unique tab here. I am default not putting affinity on that because early on, I would maybe rather... I want to make sure that I like know exactly what uniques I have. So I'm just putting my uniques to a quad tab. And then a lot of the time, yeah, I'll be putting like rares and whatever like in a dump tab here in my like, that's what the dump folder's for. Just a bunch of different dump tabs. And then we have like one unique tab will fill up here, one unique tab here. And then later in the league, I'll probably start using this, but I don't want my unique tab to have affinity by default. And then the last tab, this is just all the tabs that I'm not using. I am not a big fan of the delirium or metamorph tab. I think it just adds like a lot of extra things to sort through that I don't really need. So what I am doing here in the dump folder, I have a special quad tab. I just call it S, that I have delirium and metamorph on. So all my delirium and metamorph things are going here. Ideally, if we had a little bit more customization options, I would want my shaper maps to go here. All the maps like, you know, Cortex, basically any special maps that I don't want to be like, I don't like, yeah, they just get slugged here. And especially like the Elder Guardian maps, they get slugged like here and you can't search for them. So I would love for me to be able to like have everything that I consider special or like different go here. And I think that's more efficient for the way I play too. But you know, if you don't mind like sorting through more tabs and stuff, you can definitely throw on affinities for delirium and metamorph too. I will at least initially not be doing that. And then all these other tabs here are just tabs that I don't use anymore. I would love for them to make a system where you can turn 4 of these into a quad tab. But I can see that being difficult. I can understand why they like might struggle with that or might not be doing that. But that would be nice. But I bought these back in Tempest, back when quad tabs didn't exist. And I was more of a hoarder. I picked up everything. And, you know, there was Radiating Tempest back then, and it was unnerfed. So it was like 3,000 rarity and 700 quantity from the Radiating Tempest. So you just filled up tabs very quickly. I'll probably be pulling out some of these. Normally what I would do for making a new character, like say I'm going to play Ground Slam, like I would name this Ground Slam and then put all like the leveling items and stuff that I'm going to use for Ground Slam and things like that there. And oh, you know what I'm going to do instantly? I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to have a leveling items tab. I quite like that. So I'm going to have that as the default. So I maybe like get a little bit better and remember a little bit more to put like leveling items aside and ready for new characters. But that's how I set it up right now. The nice thing about the system, the affinity system, is that it works even if you only have like 4 tabs. It's obviously like adding a shit ton more value for money to all the special tabs. But even if you have like 3 or 4 quad tabs, it's pretty good now. Like this is like really decent. I'm very happy with how this turned out. If you're new to the game and wondering like stash tabs, how important are they? Which ones should I buy? Things like that. The number one most mandatory one you really want, or game's kind of unplayable without a currency stash tab, in my opinion. You need at least one premium stash tab to trade and not hate yourself if you're playing on Trade League. And then after that, I would say then map tab. That's like honestly, that's like the most important ones. After that, like, you know, div card is decent, essences is decent, but the map tab and orb tab, like they're very, very good value for money. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stash tab video. Thanks for watching. Try to die less than I do.